And I watch how wokeness destroyed people of my age. They hate America, they hate guns, and I was law enforcement. And they were teaching us every day, because you're white, you cannot pull over people based on their skin color, you cannot judge, and you have to watch your mouth or they will kick you out of the military and punish you. I've watched good men be dishonorably discharged, and they forced the jab on us too. I had to get out at that point.
So she really quit her job over MAGA conspiracy theories? Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not true, starting with this claim.
And I watch how wokeness destroyed people of my age. They hate America, they hate guns.
Could the reason they hate guns be because of stories like this?
Breaking news, you might say heartbreaking news. A heartbreaking day in Florida, and sadly an all too familiar one. 17 people are now confirmed dead. We know at least 3 people still in critical condition, after police say that a shooter, believed to be just 19 years old, opened fire at his former high school. Over and over again this year, we have seen, heard, and reported on sad and harrowing scenes like this one.
If you are unwilling to admit that we need gun control and something needs to change, then you have not been paying attention. Or you've been, false flagging the hundreds upon hundreds of school shootings that happen all the time. The news doesn't even report it. It's so normalized.
And I was law enforcement, and they were teaching us every day, because you're white, you cannot pull over people based on their skin color, you cannot judge, and you have to watch your mouth or they will kick you out of the military and punish you.
She would be kind of surprised that a little self-control is a good thing, but instead she's hoping for a world where cops won't face punishment. Have they even faced punishment? I mean, that's something that definitely won't happen in the future, right?
That we're going to give immunity to police so they can do their job. I'm giving federal immunity to police officers so they can do their job.
It's really funny to me that the interviewer should have just brought up J6. I should do that for my videos, yeah. Because it's like, oh, the justice system, and then you bring up J6, and I guarantee you that same woman would call them political prisoners. And they get so just close to the point. If it had teeth, it would bite them. Every time they get so close to the point. And I don't get it. I'm just, there is a side to me. I used to think, maybe if you go left enough and then there's kind of some overlap. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they are, at this point, I'm like, you know what? People like them, I think if they want to find their way to, the right side of history, great. But at this point, it's like, no. Like, what you're saying is so patently false. You're like, and I know, damn well if the reporter had asked her about J6, she would go to, how this injustice and criminal justice. She would not, say, oh, there needs to be criminal justice reform. She would instead say, you know what, they just need to be pardoned. That's it. Or, we need to, get rid of the DOJ, let the states decide, that type of thing. It would just morph into that. No accountability whatsoever. And it puts us in a weird position. Do I have to defend the FBI? Do I have to, I just remembered, Donald Trump wants to give federal immunity to law enforcement, and God knows how that will be used. If it's federal and it's so widespread and general, the amount of that's not going to be abused at all. There's not going to be cases where someone has immunity from something that they weren't even on the job, and they're not even really a police officer technically, and they do something nasty. It is the worst idea in the history of ever. Okay, this Donald Trump has clearly demonstrated that he has taken a backward step from 4 years ago. I still can't even wrap my head around it. Federal immunity for cops, all law enforcement nationwide, but also we need to get rid of the DOJ and the FBI, because they go after Trump and, maybe rich people sometimes. I give up, dude. I can't keep up with this. That wears me down.